Hi everyone, Curtis here from Goth Rider Creations, and today's episode is the one we've all been waiting for. We're actually going to try and string this thing up, and we're going to see what happens. Stay tuned. So, today's the day. We're actually going to get started on this. Now, a little bit of housekeeping, and pointed out to from a few people, and including Mrs. Goth Rider, thank you very much. We have the second camera working, so yeah, I'm getting used to this, people, you know. But anyway, yes, a bit of housekeeping from last time. We've adjusted the bridge, so that's now looking all great. We have got, because I like to be really accurate with these things, we have, you probably won't even see that there, exactly a 25.5-inch scale length. And just in case any of the Americans are confused, some of us old boys in the UK still do like to use metric as well as imperial, so don't worry, it's not all millimetres and litres around here. Most of the youngsters are, but that's different. That sounds like an American motorcycle, but anyway. Right, so we've got that all adjusted, so that's all great. Just for you, Scott at Bonehead Guitars, we have a balsa wood nut. Please go and watch his series. He's just put up his his final video for his build. It's amazing. And yeah, on his earlier videos, his rants about wooden guitar nuts are brilliant. Also on the same subject, Scott, I've been doing some digging around actually. Yeah, what was it? Your wood lotion that you were promoting. Yeah, I would be very careful, man. I've done a little bit of research. I was checking out the data sheets from the manufacturer, and according to this, overuse can make you go blind. So be careful. But anyway, so yep. So we've got that sorted out. The fretboard is as is. I sanded the living hell out of the front and the back. So this is now thicknessed. We've managed to get the washers on here, so this is all ready to go. So yeah, the only change from the plan, and I have to credit Reality Gap, one of the commenters on my previous video. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm a complete and utter idiot. Only a week ago, me and Mrs. Goth Rider were chatting, and I was regaling her with the story of Tony Iommi, the legend that is I think, well, some people dispute it, he's the first heavy metal guitarist. You know, they invented the genre. I was explaining, I'm sure many of you know the story, that he lost the tips of his fingers in an industrial accident early on in his career. And it was thanks to him and some guitar string manufacturers that they actually invented lightweight strings. And I didn't think of it, and there's me panicking about stringing this thing up, and I'm like, why on earth hadn't I thought about getting lightweight guitar strings? So yeah, Reality Gap, thank you very much for mentioning it. I rushed onto Amazon and I bought a set of what is reputedly, and I'm sure there's a manufacturer that makes lighter ones, but these are supposed to be pretty much the lightest gauge guitar strings on the market, or at least what I could get hold of on a next day Amazon delivery. So that's what we've got for this. So we're not going to have any time lapses or anything. I'm just going to crash my way through this. I've never strung up a guitar before, so if you want to watch someone, if you want to learn how to do it badly, please continue to watch. So yeah, let's just get started. Now I have to admit I did have to do a bit of research to work out which string is which, because I really don't know these things. It's also to the point where I had to work out what the letters are, because I honestly couldn't remember. I remember from my violin playing days at school that it's E, A, D, G, but I didn't remember the fifth and sixth strings were B, E. So yeah, I'm really not a guitar player, people. I don't know this stuff. So we will start with the thickest gauge at the top and work our way backwards, I believe. So let's do this. Now I have raised the saddles quite high because there's not a massive, well, there wasn't a massive amount of gap between. Oh, I don't know if we're going to get the full view on this camera, but yeah, there's quite a bit of gap at this end, and it tightens up a little bit at the top end. So I made sure there's plenty of space. This will need adjusting, obviously, but I'm thinking that the string tension alone will probably pull it back up a certain amount. So we're going to just stick with that for now, and then once it's at tension, if it then needs adjusting, we can sort of look at it from there. So yes. I think it is literally as simple as poking through the hole, no jokes people, and then up through here, and that should do it. And then we'll just tighten it at that end. Now I'm not going to go cutting any strings or anything because yeah, obviously this is just the initial string up. We're not going to, obviously we don't even have we don't even have a guitar, let alone electronics, so I won't be playing it or anything. It will just be open string, basic tuning. I do have a guitar tuner around here somewhere. Not entirely sure where. I might have to go hunting for that for us in a second. So we shall see. I'm sure there's a better way of doing this, but I really can't think of one. I meant to take them apart and then put the strings through. I don't know. I'm just going to muddle through here, and then if I break something, then you know. I do have the other set of strings, but they are just a little bit chunky. Excuse me. Cleaning up all the dust. Oh, right, it looks as though a quick little bend first does the trick. And by all means, if this is too boring, by all means hit fast forward and it will look like a time lapse anyway. Oh. Feels really weird to me doing this. I mean, the fact that I've spent the last 6 months on and off building this contraption, not even knowing if it's going to work, it's probably crazy enough, but yeah, it doesn't look like a guitar, it doesn't particularly feel like a guitar yet, and yet I'm putting strings in the thing. It is a little surreal. But this, I'm hoping, will work. And I have had a few people commenting, saying about the whole through body stringing and worrying about tone and all the rest of it. I'll let you all in on a little secret. I'm not sure I believe, as much of the hype about tone. I'm sure there are some very hardcore, very amazing guitarists. I'm sure there are people like Bill Bailey who have natural tonal hearing. I can't remember what's the natural pitch, who can hear every tone and everything. Me, I don't see it. So many people going on about, oh god, yeah, temperature changes the tone and the wood changes the tone and this, that and the other. It's just, it's an electric guitar. It's an electric guitar, you know. If this thing ever gets played properly, it will be played by a real guitarist, because I can't. If I ever did learn guitar, this would probably only ever play Nirvana tracks. This thing is never going to be used for intricate playing. Kirk Hammett is never going to get his hands on this. Okay, it's just not going to happen. So, although, yeah, there's a few people on YouTube who do some crazy things like that. I'll reach out to some people, but yeah, I don't see this ever being a serious guitar. So yeah, tone is the least of my issues. It really is. It's, yeah, I'm sure there are some things that are right, but you hear people complaining about tone and they go on and on and on about different choices and this, that and the other, and then they make a semi-hollow guitar and it's like, well, it's full of air. Well done. But yeah, sorry, I've just created about 5 arguments in the comments, so yay. But now this one's going to be fun because this one is thin as hell, so let's try going through the side like I did with the other one. Yeah, that's much easier. Okay. What's going on there? I accidentally got it through the spring. Yes, okay. Right. Hold that thought, everyone. I'm just going to quickly go and find my tuner, and then we'll start at the other end. Always fun to hunt the house for one of those. Yeah. I took the guitar in a couple of days ago because when I did the designs that, in fact, I'll show you all those now. Now that I've got things working again. So there we go. A little bit clearer now, so hopefully everyone can see it this time. Get down here. So yes, this is the design on a very battered piece of paper. So yeah, I've brought the lower curve in a little bit more, so you've got a little bit of hand access. I've shortened the horns a little bit, and I've put a little carve out in the bottom. So please, everyone, let me know what you think about this one. I really do value your opinions. I'm a novice playing a guitar builder, but I know that pretty much everyone watching this, and definitely everyone who comments, I know you guys know your guitars. So, you know, if you can give me any realistic feedback and opinions, I would really appreciate it. As I say, it's not a groundbreaking design, but it's something. Now, let's try and get this done. Now, what I did buy, because I wasn't paying a fortune for these things, because I didn't even know if this was going to work, still don't, I bought the world's cheapest, nastiest nut slotting file set. It's not amazing. I think it cost a few pennies online. So I figured, well, my ethos always has been that if you're going to start a hobby or a project, don't spend a fortune. You know, buy the materials, you know, buy the plans, buy the, you know, the templates, whatever you need to make it easier. But don't spend a fortune on custom tools if you don't even know, A, if it's going to work, like this, or B, if you're even going to enjoy it. So I'm a big believer that you try it, buy some cheap, simple tools that's not going to cost a fortune, and then if it turns out you do enjoy it, or that you really get into it and you want to, you know, start a business, or, you know, do guitar repair or whatever, then buy the tools, then, you know, get the expensive stuff. Go to places like Crimson Guitars and get all the, you know, the beautifully made custom bits and pieces. You know, definitely, you know, if it's going to be a business, do it. If you're an idiot like me trying it out for the first time, don't spend 100 quid on a set of custom made nut slotting files, you know. But anyway, right, so I think this is literally just a case of leave a little bit of slack. That's what I hear people saying, and then just tighten this down. I never know which way to go, so we'll try this way. Right, and then we'll stick the tuner on, and we'll see what happens. Now this should be G. So, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing here, but that is a G string. It slipped off the end, that's why. Is that why people do like knots and stuff? That would probably make sense. Right, so let's try doing that again. Hey, well, that's one down. Jesus Christ, I'm such a novice. As me infinitesimally, hang on a minute, where's G? It's not working. Oh God, I'm not good at this. Right, so that's one down, and that is the thickest string, so that's going to have the most tension. Let's see where we're sitting. That has actually pulled the neck up slightly. There's definitely more movement in this than I thought there'd be. Right, well, let me check, because I did a measurement before we started, and the back area here is exactly 2 centimeters off the back, which makes sense because the wood is that thickness. This area here was about 3 mil lower, so we have got exactly 2 on this side, and wow, it's literally brought it up 1.5 mils. Just that one string tension has actually brought it up 1.5 mils, so yeah, this could get interesting. Right, now, again, novice in the house, I'm going to bring up the image of the strings so we can see what we do. and then we'll crack through this. Oh, hang on. I got that all kinds of wrong. EADGBE. I'm crap, people. So that's the E string. So I have over tightened that by about half a yard. So let's right, that's now set to E. I'm really not good at this, people. Oh wow, that's so embarrassing. Okay, alright, so that's that one. So let's get this one tightened through. And this one we'll try and get to A. EA. Now these ones are also thin. These will just go straight into the holes I cut with a fret sliding saw, so this should be fine. So that was EA, this should be D. Don't realise how many inches I stick my tongue out when I'm concentrating. I only found that out when I started doing these videos. It's really disconcerting, so I do apologise. That was a little flat, but that's not too bad. Right, that's D. Now, this one's G. Good old G string. I played violin most of my life. That joke goes nowhere, so don't worry about it. Snigger away if you need to. We were a bunch of 13-year-olds hearing about G strings for the first time, so yeah, yeah. Not going to go very far, people, don't you worry. Right. Guessing these need to stretch. I keep hearing people saying things about guitars needing strings to stretch and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, nearly there. Okay, so this should be B. Oh, that's an awful sound. Right, and then lastly should be the last E string. Right. Theoretically, that should do it. It sounds roughly right. It's a little bit flat in a couple of places, but that does not sound bad. And there we have it, people. Right. And what we have is a guitar. It works. The fretboard has not peeled up in any way. None of the joints look loose. None of the joints look strange. It is all holding neatly. I can't see any obvious pressure anywhere. The bridge is perfectly flat. None of the screws have loosened. Yeah! Now obviously there's no 12th fret, so I believe that's what you need for intonation. I won't go explaining it because the vast majority of everyone watching this is going to know a lot more about it than I do, because I'm learning it from half of you. So I think we'll leave that there. I just want to double check this height again. So we're looking at 2 centimeters there. Oh wow, it's flattened the neck out. It's bang on 2 centimeters on either side. So yeah, that has literally just the tension of the strings has pulled that straight. So thank you very much, Reality Gap, for suggesting these lightweight strings, because if I'd used anything heavier it probably would have gone a little bit too far. So yeah, I think we're proving that balsa wood probably isn't the best choice for a guitar, but it's definitely not impossible, people. And we have proof. So yeah, that's brilliant. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this for a few hours, see where we are, see how it looks. I'm going to leave it under tension for a bit just to see if any cracks appear or anything, if anything shifts that I don't like the look of. But considering how little tension I can feel, I don't see there being a major issue. It's all sitting in the saddles really well. The heights are all over the place, but then again, here's a temporary nut and I haven't radiused or sanded, so yeah, we're not winning any awards on it just yet. But the main question is, I mean, I know there is a lump in the middle here from the epoxy repair I did, so I know this fretboard isn't 100% level to start with, but it's looking a hell of a lot better. Yeah, it's pretty much level up until that hump, and there's a tiny bit of bow in here, but I'm pretty much going to be able to take all of that out with the sanding and the radiusing. So the main test was literally just how much it was pulling away from the bench. I know this thing's straight and level, so yeah, when we had 2 centimeters there and we've now got bang on 2 centimeters there, I think there's maybe 1 mil of uplift on this side, but it won't be an issue at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shim the neck pretty much like this, so I know it is dead flat and level when I do the sanding and the radiusing on the fretboard. So that'll give us the options. I can't believe it. Do you think I'll get copyrighted for doing 4 seconds of Nothing Else Matters? It's the only thing I know how to play. Yeah, that's literally it. But it sounds alright. I can feel the vibrations literally running through the balsa into my legs, so it's definitely... Yeah, I can't play. But yeah, so that'll do it. We will now leave this for a little bit. I could put it on a time lapse and then, you know, wait and see, but you know, if I was actually concerned about this falling apart, but I really don't see it being that much of a problem. So I'm gonna leave it for a couple of hours, come back in, see what happens. See you in a bit, people. You know what? On second thoughts, I'm feeling so ballsy and so confident, I'm going to leave this overnight. I think I deserve apple and blackcurrant juice, and yeah, I'm really liking this, and I think it's going to look really great. So I think we'll just leave that there, and I'll see you all in the morning. Morning, everyone. It's looking good. Spider got onto it overnight. Anyway, right. It's looking all right. Let me get under here. Can't see anything obvious. We are 20 mil. Still 20 mil. So hopefully it's not changed anywhere. Let's see what the tuning is like. We'll probably be retuning again. See one. Right. Right, so there we have it. It works. I do apologise, Ben Crow, but it is possible to make an electric guitar out of balsa wood. Oh, him and absolutely everyone else is correct. It's not ideal. I guess it's not feasible, but it is possible. Right, so now comes the bad news. I've got 5 weeks to finish this thing. Yeah, so I've got a lot to do. So I guess next episode I better get started on the body, because that's going to be a lot of strips of wood. I don't think I'm going to beat Rab Knox on the number of slices. I think he said he's up to 1,000 pieces of wood for his body, so I don't think I'm quite going to get there, but there's going to be quite a few. So yeah, next episode I'll get the body done, get that roughly carved out, and then after that I've got so much to do. Fretboard, radiusing, frets, polishing, sorting out these tuners, debating whether to go black to match the bridge. Don't know, we'll see how we go. Yeah, there's a hell of a lot to do, people. And not a lot of time. So yeah, we'll call that done for this episode. I'm gonna take the tension off of these now, because there's no point in keeping it pressured for now, and especially considering I'm going to be stripping this thing apart any minute to get started anyway. I even have to get started this afternoon considering how much time I've got. So yeah, that's that. It works. And yeah, in the next episode we'll start putting the rest of the body on this thing so it actually looks like a guitar rather than just a 2x4 with some strings on it. So yeah, anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Please let me know what you think of the guitar design. Now you can actually see it now that I've managed to get the right cameras working. And yeah, and so it begins into the breach once again, my friends. Anyway, Please like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one for some real work. Take care, everyone.